Good day and welcome to the conversation coming to you from TV 360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Nelson Ekujumi and I have with me in the studio Comrade Murphy, Comrade Ziggy Ibi. Sorry, I wanted to
Good
mix up.
afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for being with us on the conversation today.
Thank you.
Yes, we have quite a number of issues to look at today. But first and foremost, we are going to delve into the issue of the Oodua Nation agitators. Just some few days ago, precisely on Saturday, if I'm correct, I think that should be on the 13th of April, we were just, Nigerians, got the threats to national security news that a group of miscreants who call themselves Oodua Nation agitators stormed the Oyo State Secretariat in Ibadan. They attempted to take over the place. And for me, as a Yoruba man, I was aghast that what is this Oodua Nation? We thought we had put this behind us with the arrest of Sunday Igboho, or when Sunday Igboho had to flee Nigeria to Benin Republic then. But be that as it may, the assault on the Yoruba ethnic nationality by this bunch of hoodlums has been roundly condemned by every right-thinking persons. And there was this video of even one lady, Mrs. Modukwe Onitiri Abiola, who was alleged to be the wife of the former president of Nigeria. I'm talking of Chief M.K. Abiola of blessed memory. But be that as it may, I think this is another episode, because before now we have seen them attack a radio station. And it's like when they made that threat to that radio station, it's like the security agencies just went to sleep. Because you would have expected that a group of people that can be so bold, audacious to attack a radio station might have other devilish and dangerous plans, in their mind. So, but this time around, some of us condemned it, and we called on security agencies to go and investigate and ensure that these guys are dealt with according to law. Because what they did, if you ask me, was an act of terrorism. Because they hoisted a flag of a non-existent nation in their mind within the territory of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that's felony. That's felony. That's treasonable felony. So I expect that in the days ahead that the authorities will deal with the issues squarely according to law. And for me, I think it is also important for us to look beyond this bunch of miscreants. I think it's also important for us to look at how do we disabuse the minds of people wanting to toe the same line. We have seen it in the Southeast with the IPOB ESN, where people have been indoctrinated in a wrong way to believe in what does not exist, but rather they don't know that they are playing to fund or to enrich some people's pockets and help accomplish their devilish ambition. Yeah. So, looking at this Oodua Nation agitation, I think it is important that just like we have admonished that the security agencies have their job cut out for them in arresting this madness, if you ask me.
Yeah, I am happy the security agencies have risen to the occasion by arresting them and cutting short their evil intentions. Why not so? Maybe it would have escalated beyond the way we saw it. Beyond that, these are group of youth, nascent youth, who don't have that self-awareness of what they are doing. I call it ignorance because
somebody said they were on drugs.
Because it should be, because rising from your very consciousness to actually think of taking over a constituted
arm of government.
It's unthinkable.
Well, were they going to sit in the?
It's un-
Is the house? You know, the House of Assembly of Oyo State is located within that secretariat.
Yes.
Environment. Were they going to sit in the
So
House of
honestly,
Assembly?
we are looking at what actually happened. How did they conceive this idea that they are going to? Are they going to make law for who? Okay, hoisting their flag onto what? What enclave? What sovereignty do you have in another sovereignty?
No.
Because Nigeria is a sovereignty, and you, by law, you have no right to claim another sovereignty within.
Within it. And you know, they had this signal of different offices. They sue military camouflage.
Yes. And
you know,
eventually, when the security agencies burst into their enclave, eventually when they were caught and maybe they were led into where their materials were.
yeah.
I was aghast. Because if you look at the deluge, or if you look at the number of gadgets,
Arms and ammunition.
then their effect, their gadget, their, what do I call it, their attire and all that, one will begin to wonder, at what point did they start this preparation? So it has been, and one would want to situate some of the blames on not being proactive from the agencies, because for them to have had such a mighty building, having or warehousing their materials, their gadgets, the equipment and all that, one wonders onto what and how did it go out of these people's sight?
I think this is a pointer with what this group of people have been able to do. Is a pointer to how faulty our intelligence system is.
Yes, intelligence gathering, intelligence interfacing with other agents. And then, from the public, that means the public are not ready to divulge information to the security agencies, because the house that we housed all this, somebody drove close to it. Somebody drove into it, and they must have offloaded some of these things.
And people must have been seeing them gathering over time.
So who eventually covered them? Who eventually is hiding them? That means the public is not yet closer to the security agencies, or the other way around.
No, you're absolutely correct, because you expect that, like we always say, the security agencies are not angels.
Yes.
They are not God. They are human beings.
And you know what? Let me shock you again. If this had passed through or had been done without the eagle eye of these security agencies, now these guys were nipped only when they were caught, only when they went
executing their acts.
That means they executed successfully, they went successfully, they did everything successfully. So no members of the public was ready to divulge information that has been going on, or activities that have been going on within, around that environment.
Well, I think it boils down to the fact that the synergy
is not there.
That is supposed to exist between the public and the security agencies is very, very weak.
What about this most touted this police, community policing? PCRC, community policing. Yeah. How much of the environment do the police know? How much of the interfacing do the police do? How much of the public relationship do policemen have with the community? Because it is all about, if these guys had succeeded to this point,
or if they had a higher capacity than what they exhibited, maybe the casualty would have been more than this. And you know, for me, it's a pointer. It's very clear.
It is, and
that our security. Yes, we are very worried. We must be
worried because the issue here is that if these guys could have success,
they left a location,
yes,
and got to
move to their target.
They overpowered the security at the gate.
They actually executed their intentions, their agenda, and nobody knew about it. Meaning that for these years they've been planning. You remember, you said it. They attacked a radio station before.
I think that was last year.
In fact, they took over the activities.
There was a time they said they were coming to Lagos.
You understand? And some of these things, that means enough intelligence gatherings is not going on. That means police is not, or other security agencies are not really interfacing with the public to really know what goes on within or without them.
I think
There's a total collapse.
For me, it's a total failure of intelligence gathering.
Oh, sure.
It means that I'm very happy that yesterday when the president met with Afenifere leaders, people who call themselves Afenifere, Mr. President has read the Riot Act. And I think it is not only about reading the Riot Act, it's about empowering, it's about interrogating the security architecture.
Yes.
How come? Because this mess started with a character called Sunday Igboho and one Professor Banji Akintoye.
And it's still very much linked to it.
Yes, so they are dissociating
So they are not,
themselves. They have even dissociated themselves.
Yes, because the issue has come.
Yes, but they cannot run away from the fact that they are the progenitor.
They are the center of the whole of
yes.
this. Okay.
So we hope that the security agencies will look at themselves again in the mirror and see how
and
they
if
can.
you rent,
Yes, we need to engage with the communities. See something, say something.
Yes.
How come?
That act of saying something, say something, has not been actually been driven to a point where you now go to sleep and say, we are not working now or we are asleep. Are the public really divulging information, or are they really ready to divulge some security information to you?
Well, this is a matter that has disturbed a lot of us, and one really hopes that with the speech by Mr. President, that the Mr. President will go more than just making that speech in ensuring that the National Security Advisor, institute a probe to determine how this group of people can, be able to amass themselves and carry out this act. How they've been meeting, who are their funders.
And they'll be holding meetings.
Yes, who are their funders.
Yes.
How did they acquire all those illegal?
Exactly. The 29 of them
gadgets
that had been
arraigned,
should be thoroughly interrogated.
Absolutely.
You understand? And nobody should shy away from this fact that anybody who is involved in the knowledge of this should be brought to book.
Absolutely.
Okay?
I agree with you, absolutely. We in the days ahead, we expect that the security agencies will
do
start
the needful.
doing the needful with regards to this, because we can't afford another terrorist group that these characters want to become in our land.
They've sown it already. They've sown it. So it should be uprooted.
We need to use even the non-kinetic approach, because I've seen them at times in some areas. You see them go on a street parade,
yes,
sharing leaflets. I think the government should give a riot act to the security agents that wherever they are found, they should be arrested and prosecuted.
Exactly.
Well, that is where we want to call it a wrap on this first stanza of the program. We'll go on a short break, but we'll be right back. Please stay with us. Continue to watch the conversation coming to you from TV 360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. We'll be right back.